Hey there guys, it's Liz here, and in today's training, I'm going to be addressing the 5 most commonly consumed healthy foods, at least with my clients in my practice, that are healthy but tend to contribute to bloating. So I'm gonna not only tell you what those foods are, in no particular order, just 5 commonly consumed foods, and then I'm going to give you solutions other than just, hey, you can't ever eat this again, so that you can still consume these foods, whether it's on a daily basis or in more moderation, and not have as much bloating. We wanna try and buffer the bloat. We wanna try and support your gut so that it eases digestion, reduces inflammation, so that you can still benefit from the vitamins, minerals, nutrients in these foods, still enjoy them without totally having to cut them out or deal with the bloat. So here we go. Number 1 is eggs. Again, no particular order, but I know so many people love to consume this incredible protein source, really good fat source, really nutrient dense, but it's one of the harder types of protein to digest. So it could be just the egg yolk that is a little bit more difficult for you, just the egg white that is a little bit more difficult, but overall, eggs in general are more difficult type of protein. I actually got my food sensitivity results back from the test that I just did recently. Yolks are a little bit more difficult for my body to digest and deal with versus the whites, but overall, the egg in general, since I'm typically gonna be eating the whole thing, is something that I have to make sure I support my body towards when I'm consuming it. Next up is raw veggies. So if you are a salad eater, how many of you guys love salads? Put it in the comments. Are you a salad person? I love salads, or actually better yet, I love just like snacking on raw veggies and dipping them in hummus or guacamole. How many of you guys do that? It's just a quick and easy snack, right? But they're difficult to digest versus cooked vegetables. So again, we'll talk about the solutions in a couple of minutes, but raw veggies do tend to be more challenging for people to digest. And then a subtype of veggie, this is number 3 on the food source list, a subtype of veggies is cruciferous vegetables. They can also be challenging for you to digest and contribute to bloating because of the fact that they are going to give off a specific type of gas when you're consuming them. So we're talking broccoli, we're talking Brussels sprouts, we're talking cauliflower. There's a whole list of cruciferous vegetables. And if you look at some of my past posts within this last week, you'll find some of them, or go to Google and type in cruciferous. But that absolutely is a contributing factor to people with bloating. So whether you're consuming them raw or cooked, it could be a challenge for your body. Next up is grains. So we can look at rice, oats, any type of thing like that, wheat. Again, I'm not going to address gluten or dairy in this training because if you've seen any of my trainings in the past regarding food sources and bloating, regardless of whether you feel bloated or not, gluten-containing foods and dairy-containing foods do tend to be inflammatory for people. They are inflammatory, whether you experience bloating or not. So just keep that in mind. Just because you don't have the symptom doesn't mean it's not doing damage to your body, to your gut, and setting off an inflammatory cascade. So just in case. But grains in general, even if they're marked as gluten-free, can absolutely trigger inflammation and bloating in people. It's just how it works. And then the last one, number 5, would be legumes. So if we're looking at beans, you're doing red beans, you're doing black beans, pinto beans, any type of beans out there. And then looking at like lentils and things like that absolutely can contribute to bloating. So what do we do about all this? Because some of those foods are freaking awesome. They're quick and convenient. They taste great, and they have a lot of vitamins and nutrients in there. So what are some of the solutions that you can put into place so you don't have to feel like you just have to nibble on bird food all day long? You feel like you're taking the right steps to eat healthy, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm bloated. Is this even worth it? Right? How many of you guys have experienced that? You're like, maybe I should go back to just eating McDonald's. I don't know. But number 1 thing that you can do, this isn't the most popular, but in some cases it may be necessary, is elimination. There are some foods that no matter what, no matter whether you take all these other steps and incorporate all these other little tricks I'm gonna give you in the next minute, it may be something that is still, no matter what, difficult for your body to deal with, and so you may have to just cut it out completely. It's typically a last resort, but if you're trying to get immediate results right now, you may just want to eliminate it for a short period of time. If you don't want to eliminate, maybe just do it in moderation. Maybe have it once every 2 to 3 days, because your body may not have as much of a reaction to it if it's not a daily thing. So that's a possible thing that you can do. Next is cooking your veggies. So cooking the veggies even just a minute absolutely activates vitamins and nutrients within that veggie that otherwise would have never been triggered. So it's a bonus. You're getting more vitamins, more nutrients, more minerals, but it's also easier for your body to digest. So whether you're cooking it a minute, whether you're going to be cooking it for 5, 7, 10 minutes, it absolutely will make it easier for your body to break down. Getting sprouted versions of things, such as grains, sprouted versions of like legumes. So I do sprouted flaxseed, sprouted pumpkin seed, sprouted, like seeds are a whole nother category here, but that can be difficult for people to digest, right? They're just not as commonly consumed, at least with my clients. So pumpkin seed, flaxseed, sunflower seeds. I do that when I'm incorporating certain hormonally balancing protocols. We do seeds for a lot of things, and we get the sprouted versions of things. You can do sprouted rice. You can do sprouted oats. You can absolutely do sprouted oats for your oatmeal. You can do sprouted mung beans. You can do sprouted quinoa, sprouted black beans. There's so many different sprouted versions of things, and it's not always something that you will see in every grocery store. I know this is a big question from a lot of my clients is, do they carry sprouted versions everywhere? And some don't. But I know if you typically go in more of like the organic aisle of things, or places such as Whole Foods or Sprouts that have bigger selections, they're typically gonna have sprouted versions. But worst comes to worst, that's why online ordering is great. So just go to Google and type in sprouted blank and go and find the version and go and order it online. Super simple. So that's a version there as well, because it increases the digestibility. It changes the biochemical makeup of that food, and it releases more nutrients. So again, it's another bonus. And then last but not least, I will refer back to the 2 supplements and the 2 hacks that I've talked about within the last couple of my trainings, is that you can do specific things to support the digestion of foods that are difficult to break down. So not only taking like probiotics and prebiotics to keep your gut healthy, and if you guys want my favorite brands of those, just reach out or comment or message me, whatever you want to do. And you can also do things like taking specific types of digestive enzymes. Again, I can provide specific brands that I like there, as well as bitters spray. I talked about that before. There's so many different things that you can do to biohack your body and biohack digestion to support your body so that it's more easily able to digest certain foods, and also supporting your gut for foods that you know are going to be more inflammatory. So if you haven't seen the last couple of trainings that I've done, go back and look at them. I give a lot of different tips there. I go into more detail on some of those specific supplements. But again, if you guys want to know the specific brands I recommend, if you want access to my online dispensary, I'm more than happy to give that to you guys. So as always, I'm here to serve you. Let me know, but hopefully this gave you tips of 5 very commonly consumed foods that you may have in your attempt to eat healthy that could be causing symptoms that aren't as pleasant. So hopefully you guys have some tangible advice where you can go and put them into action so you can keep enjoying these healthy foods. Mwah! Love you guys and have a great week.